the 8 cap broker. So let's start today's interview with Daniel. And can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where are you from, how old are you, when did you start trading?
Sure. So I'm in my early 40s with married, 3 kids. I live in Houston. So they're all home today because they canceled school for the World Series parade today. A little bit of an atypical day, but we'll take it. Um, I've been trading for about 4 years.
Okay.
Um, Not well until maybe the last year or so. I did all the typical stupid things people do: get on YouTube, watch bad information, not pay attention to the most important part of trading, which I consider to be risk management.
Yeah.
Um, so in the last, well, in the last year or so, that's really all I've focused on. I mean, I've got a way I look for setups. I don't feel that's really as important as managing the leverage and the risk on the trades, though. So I found that regardless of what strategy it is I've used throughout the past, or things that I found that I thought were going to be accurate or consistent strategies, as long as the money management was right, I could still be profitable regardless of really what I'm looking for. So that's really what I focus on most is drawdown. I have the way that I typically approach it is I'll start off with whatever percentage I'm starting on. Let's say it's 1% per trade.
Yeah.
If I lose the trade, I cut it to half of that. And if I lose again, I cut it to half that again and don't raise it back up until I get back to where I initially lost.
Hmm.
And so doing that, you can lose 20 trades in a row without blowing your account,
Exactly.
or even violating some of the way these prop firms, like the 12% drawdown rule. You'll never hit 12%. I mean, I'll never lose 20 trades in a row for one thing, but you won't hit the drawdown if you just be disciplined and pay attention to your position size. But what was difficult for me early on was not the losers, it was the winners.
Mm-hmm.
When it would start going well and I would start feeling really good about it, I would start looking for ways to put more on that position and try to, in the evaluation now or speed up the process. And that's really where I found that I made the most of my mistakes is when I had winners running. So learning to not do that and just accept it's going to take however long it takes to get to whatever profit target you want. But if you are feeling emotional, whether it's on its way up or on its going against you, I found that means you just have too much on the trade.
Wow.
So that's really what I focus on most is position size and risk amount.
Yeah, exactly. Risk management, I always say that it is everything, and you're definitely never going to lose 20 trades in a row if you know how to trade. And if you're managing a good risk management system, that means at the end, even if you lose 10, 12 trades in a row, which barely will happen ever to you, if you're a good trader, if you know when to enter, when not to enter, so that way you will never lose your either challenges, or if you are doing a funded account, if you're trading on that, you will never lose that account as well. So let's move on. And when you started your your trading journey, I would like to know the history, how you became profitable, how much time it took you to become profitable. What was it like back then?
Well, I actually started um, on BitMEX with Bitcoin
Yeah.
back in right when Bitcoin was worth around. It was sitting at 3,000, I think, and Ethereum was at $70. And so, but I mean, I like I said, everything I did was exactly wrong. I was getting in there way over leveraging, basically risking the entire account balance on every trade because it was all about hitting home runs, right? And I didn't really understand incremental and incremental gains, also the power of compounding, with your balance. So uh, it took a couple of really big losses. I was in a short trade on Bitcoin Cash, I think, on BitMEX, and lost over half my account in one trade because it just
All
jumped over
right.
my stop loss, started running, and I was like, well, whatever. It wasn't a ton of money. It was just the fact that I lost 80% of my balance in one trade. And it caused me to just stop and say, like, I clearly don't know what the hell I'm doing. If I had a
Yeah.
lot of money on this would be a real problem. So I just stopped and started studying, and I didn't really trade again for over a year. I just studied. So to be naive enough to think that you're going to sit down and in 2 or 3 weekends watch a bunch of videos and become a master trader is just ridiculous. You got to go and lose. You got to go and take your lumps. And I feel like I've done enough of that I know how to be profitable now. I know how not to lose big, and that's really the biggest hurdle I had to go over.